3 miles away from civilization, pushing my Dual Sport 2 up the side of a steep hill. Now, we'll get back to this, but first, let's take a look at the bike. So here's the 2019 Trek Dual Sport 2. This is the extra large frame. I mainly got this bike for commuting to work 3.5 miles each way, riding around the neighborhood with my son and my wife, and on the weekends taking it out on the trails by myself. The Dual Sport series is a very unique lineup. It's geared more towards those who want a fully capable hybrid bike for commuting to work, but also want a little bit of off-road excitement as well. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at the components. Up front and rear, it has the Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. The tires are 700 by 38. They're a little bit knobby for those off-road trails. In the rear, I have a little adapter to pull my son's trailer around. I also have the toe peak or two peak bike rack, which I strap my lunchbox to during commutes, and his little car seat carrier during rides. It has Shimano trigger shifters. The thumb is for an easier gear, the trigger finger in the back is for a harder gear. The right is for the rear, the left is for the front. In the rear it has the Shimano Acera derailleurs. And up front it has the Shimano Tourney derailleur. The front suspension is a Suntour NEX, provides 63 millimeters of travel and has a full lockout for on the road. Here's a little comparison of my bike and my wife's. I have the extra large frame and she has the small frame. They are both Dual Sport 2s. She also has the staggered frame, which dips down a little bit, so it makes it easier for her to get on and off the bike. Here's my son's car seat carrier attached to the back of my bike. It mounts directly onto the rack. And here is his trailer hooked up to the little adapter on the rear wheel. So let's head on out and see how well this bike does at essentially being a bike. On light strolls through the neighborhood, the bike's very comfortable. It offers an upright position and allows you to have full control. The tires are 700 by 38. This means they're a little bit wider than road tires and a little bit skinnier than mountain bike tires. However, they maintain a low rolling resistance. Once again, the Dual Sport 2 is between a mountain bike and a road bike. It weighs in at about 30 pounds, a little heavier than most road bikes, but a little lighter than most mountain bikes. Strolling throughout the neighborhood is very enjoyable on this bike. Let's head on out to the main road and see how it does as a road bike. As a road bike hybrid bike mix, the Dual Sport 2 does a decent job. However, you can do better. If you're strictly looking for a road bike hybrid bike mix, I would go with the Trek FX series. However, the Dual Sport is capable. With ample gearing, I have yet to find an incline on the road that has given me much of an issue. Now, although I am riding on the shoulder, you can still notice on the road the different cracks and bumps. That's where these tires, that are a little bit wider than road tires, and the front suspension really help out. On the road, this bike could use some work. It's not as fast as road bikes, but it's not as slow as mountain bikes. I commute 3.5 miles each way to work and average about 14 to 15 miles per hour. You do have to put in a little bit more effort, but it is fully capable. In the Trek lineup, the Dual Sport 2 is more of a mountain bike hybrid bike mix. Therefore, it may not shine as much on the road. Once the road ends and the trail begins, that's where it really starts to shine. While on the trails, the bike feels sturdy and planted. The front suspension offers a comfortable ride while on flatter surfaces. However, on bigger obstacles, you will notice the 63 millimeters of travel on the front fork will bottom out from time to time. The tires have nice grip while going on the flatter, packed parts of the trail. Although in the back of my mind, I'm always worried about these tires popping while on the more hazardous obstacles. Shifting feels great while on the trail. I can always find a gear that fits perfect for the situation that I'm in. While the Dual Sport 2 may shine well on the trail, you have to remember this is a hybrid bike. Therefore, it needs to be an all-around good bike. I wanted to push the Dual Sport to its limits, so I decided to try to climb the steep hill while 3 miles away from any kind of civilization. I didn't make it. I ended up pushing the bike. But it got me thinking. This is an all-around bike. This bike I ride with my son at night. In the morning I take it to work 3.5 miles each way. And then on the weekends, I'm up here on top of a hill, out in the middle of nowhere, all by myself. I fully believe this is a great jack-of-all-trades bike. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.